Kind of wondering what parallels you see from the team that you played on last year to this team. Just in terms of the depth, ability of all lines to generate some offense. Do you see parallels?
Yeah, for sure. I think I was dinner with the guys last night, and I kind of told them that this team reminds me a lot of last year's team. We have four lines that can play. We have six really good D7, and really good goaltending, and we play a fast game, and we're hard to play against up and down the lineup.
I was around the Kraken in the playoffs, and I was really struck by the team game you guys played, right? Like, you really came together, bought in. Like, what needs to happen here for that to happen? Or is it already happening?
It's already happening. I think you can see the way we're playing. We're playing as a team. We're sticking up for each other. I think you see that in Ottawa, Kachuk's running around and Ras fights him in the third. So I think you can see that already. And, we just got to keep playing the right way. We're 6 games in, so it's a good start. It gives us confidence, and, everyone's rolling.
You kind of mentioned the confidence. I mean, that's got to be natural, isn't it? When you guys start winning a few games like that, does the confidence just build pretty easy after that?
Yeah, for sure. Confidence builds. It's good vibes in the locker room. Everyone's happy to come to the rink. It's a lot different when you go into the rink when you don't have any wins. It's you're getting shitted on. Video's negative, but when you're winning, things are good. You're rolling. You're feeling confidence, and I think you can see that in our play.
Sprong, what good habits have you seen from this group throughout the first stretch of here this season?
Yeah, special teams have been great. I think even 5-5, yeah, we've given up some chances, but I think over the last 2 games, we've done a lot better job. We've dialed that in, but I think as a team, the Cat and Lark's are on fire, but everyone down the lineup is also playing well, and when that happens, we're scoring 5-6 goals a game. So is that going to happen every night? No, but we can generate every night.
How important is that? You mentioned just the pushback and the standing up for each other. When you see Larkin get into a fight and other guys just kind of rushing in to beat those defenses. For team camaraderie, how important is that?
Yeah, it's very important. Like I said, we're a really close group here. I think with all the new guys in and the guys that have been here, we've clicked really quick, and I think that shows on the ice. And we're a team in here. We all like each other, and we're all stepping up for each other. It doesn't matter who it is.
How much do you pay attention to the Kraken still? Do you watch their start? What have you thought of their start?
Well, their games are 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night, so it's a lot different. But I'm still talking to the guys there. Like I said, I went to dinner with some of the guys last night, and I talked to Berkey, who's out for a bit. But they're 1-5, so you're going to get their A game tonight. I loved it there. Fans were great. The facilities were unreal, and it's kind of shitty to see, but at the same time, it is what it is, and you want to get the win tonight.
You've been through this before, obviously playing another team. Kind of pretty some emotions involved, or what?
I think on the other teams that play, some teams you kind of want to. You come in with a bit more motivation or anger towards them, but I think like Washington and Seattle, I loved it there. It was I remember getting traded to Seattle. I wasn't happy about it. It was kind of emotional, and then this year free agency, I kind of knew I was not coming back because I wanted a different opportunity. But there was no bad blood there. But you always want to play well against your old teams.
What's their vibe? Do they feel like they're playing well? The puck's just not going in?
Well, I think if you look at their games, they've played well. They're a good team. They're fast. They just haven't scored, And I think, if you're not scoring in this league, you're not winning many games. So let's be realistic here. And Gruby's playing well. Joey's playing well. If you look at their goalies, they're not giving up many goals either. So we know they're going to come out hard tonight, and we got to bring our A game as well.
Hey, the way you guys have scored so far, and the power play has mostly been clicking. Has anything about you guys' start surprised you?
No, maybe to the media it is, but not to us. So it's always nice proving people wrong, and I think it's a good start to the year, but we still have a lot of games to go. But, that's the motivation in this room. We want to be an above-the-line team. We want to be a playoff team. But to do that, you're going to have to put games together. You're going to have to win your back-to-backs like we did over the weekend. But we got to stick together here and play as a team and continue playing to our structure.
My apologies if you answered a similar question to this, but last year in Seattle, everyone talked about the up and down, the lineup scoring, and how they were able to make a deep run after that. Do you see similarities between this team and the team you played on last year?
Yeah, for sure. I think, we have 70 that can play. Our 4 lines can score, and, that makes it hard matchup-wise on the road. And at home, we can play anyone against anyone. So it's good. We're playing as a team, and that was what you saw last year in Seattle. And, again, no one expected us last year in Seattle to make playoffs or really even do well. Like I remember we played Colorado. I think everyone expected us to lose in 4 or 5 games. So, it's fun proving the media wrong. to say, but it's
okay.
it's a good feeling, you know. But we know what we knew what we had in that locker room, and I think we believe in this locker room as well.
Yeah, before I get started here, just a little quick acknowledgement to Rick Bonus, wife Judy. Obviously, tough news, especially in our profession. Rick, an unbelievable guy. Personally, unbelievably good to me as a young coach in here. And good news, I spoke to Ken Cal. He's in good spirits, still fighting through things, but I was pretty serious too. So just wanted to start with those two things.
You mentioned your team game getting better over the last two. I just kind of wondered, like, how you measure that. Like, are the scoring chances?
Yep. Yeah. 5-on-5 play, chances against, easy offense against, doing the things that we want to be good at, defending a little better, being above pucks, not turning pucks over. And the last two games have trended fairly well in that. Certainly not perfect, like most teams this time of year. But yes, those are the things we judge on our team game.
Steve mentioned this a little bit around free agency, but was Seattle a model a little bit for you guys in the offseason just in terms of their depth?
Yeah, the depth for sure. It's just the reality of not getting much luck on the lottery, and that's not whining. I wasn't even here. It's a reality of it. When you don't have those top 3 picks or top picks, those generational type players, it's going to look a little different. Now, we've done great in the draft. We love what we have coming up. We love what's in our lineup now from the draft, but you may have to do it a little bit differently, and it may have to look a little more depth, and that's kind of where Steve went with it.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off. But like, it's also like, because of the nature of the expansion draft, they get guys that are like, I don't know, they're a little older, they're mid-career guys, right?
Yes.
And that's sort of what you've done in free agency too, right? Where you're getting guys that aren't young, they're not old, they're kind of mid-career, and then that kind of goes to what you were talking about the other night with experience.
Yeah, I think so. I think more Steve to comment on all this. But again, we're not a cap team. We're still one of the lower payrolls in the league, and we still have cap space. And it's something I think you can weaponize going forward. And we've done that with some of these quality free agents. I don't think you ever want to spend foolishly, or you want every contract to be a good contract. But we have cap space, and we used it with some of these signings. I go back to our success we had in Tampa. I mean, I can hear them all the time. Julian Breeze will talk about the more good contracts you have, the more success you're going to have. And I think that's what we're trying to build here.
Derek, on the ice, what do you like about Seattle, about how they play or they play last season?
Even right now, I know they're not off to a great start, but just watching them back, they're 6th in the league right now with generating chances for. That's a top team. That's a playoff team. They've just been unlucky. So again, it's 4 lines. Everyone contributes. It's depth. They play north. They play fast. They play hard. And they've been a little unlucky. So it's going to turn soon. It's up to us for it not to be tonight.
What stood out about special teams through the first couple games here?
Detailed habits. Again, probably continuation to our training camp. Both special teams were very sharp in our training camp. We worked a lot on them. Obviously, a emphasis for us, point of focus, and it's translated well. And again, I just think people doing their jobs on our special teams.
And then I know Jeff Petrie the other day was a maintenance day. Is he?
Yeah, unfortunately, we would have liked to have Jeff tonight. He's dealing with something upper body. He was out today, not in the morning skate. He's in a day-to-day, probably similar to Klim. So, we're at 12-6. We'll get through tonight, and if we don't expect either or both of them back by Thursday, we might look for someone from GR.
The power play, even when you didn't score last game, are you seeing getting a lot of energy and just momentum?
Yeah, just you want it to be sharp, and it was really good the other day. We had 3 or 4 looks where, how did that not go in? So as long as you're generating looks, it'll go in. So, I mean, that's the reality. You're not going to score on 50% of your power play throughout a year. But again, it was really sharp the other night, and I think it helped us momentum-wise. Those first couple power plays we had in the first period were excellent. We generated 3, 4, 5 grade A's, like A plus type chances. And I think it led into our quality 5-on-5 play.
With Berggren, he mentioned that one of the messages to him was just to improve the defensive side of the game. What are some of the things that he can do to kind of take a step?
Play away from the puck. You saw like, he found himself involved in some chances against the other night. Obviously something we want to clean up going into tonight. I thought he competed, just a little bit different. We're a little deeper this year. Last year he came up. We needed probably that offense. And obviously we want offense from him, type of player he is, but just that 200-foot game, just to be a little more conscious and responsible, like we ask all of our guys.
Dirk, the 8:15 start. I mean, do you guys? I remember you said he kind of liked maybe the later start sometimes. Or?
No, this is absolutely awful, and I get it on the big picture, but I don't know why our fans, who are as loyal as can be, passionate as can be, have to come to the rink for an 8:23 start. I guarantee there'll be people, my family's not coming. They're going to stay home tonight because of it. So it's all part of it. It's bigger picture. And, I'm all for the league, and you'll know, we play a lot of back-to-backs, some uncomfortable back-to-backs. And I don't mind it. I think it's part of responsibility of being the Detroit Red Wings. We're a draw. People want to see us. We help the league out with TV and so forth, and this is an example of it.
Derek, what have you liked about Sprong's game so far? I think the nose for the net kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, just when he's direct, when he's assertive with his game. North, he's created some offense, even a little play. We come in that third period 4-2. It's a 50-50 face-off. He wins the battle on it, gets it back to the points in the back of the net, makes the play to Joe Villano the other day on the rush. Loved him to continue to work on his defensive side of the game. I know he's very conscious of it. But, yes, just being assertive North, we would love him to come out of a game, 2-3 shots a game, creating some offense, but also being responsible defensively, too.
You've talked about what you've seen from Raymond so far, but for him to get rewarded with 3 points the other day, how important is that as a reinforcement?
Creating some offense, doing the right things. What I loved about specifically his 2 assists on the rush the other night was they both started, 1 with a defensive track, which he worked his butt off, and 2 was being positionally sound in the D zone, which he created the initial turnover to go back the other way. So it's, again, I think that line, they've been rewarded with some offense, but they've been rewarded with some 200-foot offense, and I think Raymond's been the same.
Usually with all the offense right now getting all the attention, maybe your goaltending has been overlooked. How important have they been as far as your early season success?
We look back, we talk about process, or it's the same thing with our goalies. We don't really look at wins and losses from them. We look at quality starts. And I don't know if we got that in our first 2 games, even though we went 1-1. Our last 4 games have been quality starts and have given us the opportunity, which has been a big part of our success.
Is there a chance Lyon might get a start here relatively soon?
Yeah, we want to get Alex in. We're trying to get Alex in. Things have probably changed a little bit with the rhythm of our team and how well Reimer's played.
How do you guys define quality starts? Is there a metric that?
That'd be a goalie coach question. He looks at it. Whole metrics, and he has a whole chart, A, B, C, like typical underlying niner, but it's also feel, eye test. For me, I don't want soft goals. And it just, when you get bad goaltending, it's easy to say, well, you only get 1 bad goal. But I'm telling you, on a bad goal, you lose your team for the next 4, 5, 6 minutes. You get 2 or 3 in a game, you might give up a period. Is it right? Is it part of handling adversity? Absolutely, but there's a reality to it. Again, very happy with our goaltending. They also reflect the type of camp they had. All 3 of our goalies had great camps, work ethic. They all had good summers, and it's led to them having success too.
And then has anything about this team start surprised you? I mean, obviously you guys added scoring depth, but it seems like the puck just keeps going in for you guys.
Yeah, obviously would not expect, we're not going to play at an .850 win percentage. We're on pace to break an NHL record in points. I think we're all realistic with that. Same with the power play. Some things are going to regress. Some things aren't sustainable, but I do think habits are. So you want to start like this. No, do you expect to go 5-1, especially with the type of competition we've played? No, but we have done a lot of quality things, not perfect by any means, but we've been rewarded. I've already brought up the word process over outcome with the goaltending. Same thing, process over outcome, and fortunately, right now we've been getting outcomes.
Are you superstitious during a run like this?
No,
I mean, you're not.
No. I've had enough on both ends of these runs, so I just no. Thanks.